Start with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, can we please start with the roll call?
Here.
Brian Hartley.
Here.
Here. Chad Mullen.
Here. Moving on to claims, 2.1, approval of APVs 29136, 29171.
I'll make a motion that we approve APVs 29136 through 29171 as presented in our backup materials.
Motion, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Great job, Terry. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? And that carries. Moving on to the adoption of minutes.
I'll make a motion to adopt the town council minutes for May 20th, 2026.
Outstanding.
I'll second that motion.
Terry's on a roll today. She's going to second that one. Any discussions? Additions, subtractions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that passes as well. Moving on to public comments, 3 minutes time limit for items on the agenda only. If you wish to talk about something on the agenda, please come to the podium and speak into our microphone. Outstanding. So we have no old business or new business, but we'll move straight into continued council conversations to see if there's anything that the council would like to continue to discuss or bring up.
I would like to bring up one thing. Earlier this evening at the RDC meeting, there was a brief discussion about the possibility of the town council approaching adjoining property owners both to the east and to the west of the current town limits to ask those property owners if they were interested in voluntary annexation. So I offered at the RDC meeting to bring that issue before the town council to see if the council wants to approach adjoining property owners to see if they're interested in being annexed.
I'll say that we've talked before about, and I heard the meeting as well, if somebody would like to be annexed, that's our preferred method. I don't think we have an agenda that I know of, or in my opinion, to force annexation unless there's a pretty good reason, which I can't really think of one right now. I think most people that would develop there would want to annex to be part of the town, but I think we could probably address that as it comes up. I think additionally, we have reached out to some residents talking about sewer, right? Didn't we do that recently? Sent out letters? Yeah. So I think we could probably do something similar to send a letter and say, hey, adjoining properties. The hard part is as you know, if the person next to town doesn't want to, but the person down does, now we're into a conflict, right? So
Can't do it.
it's kind of a big what if scenario that plays off in a lot of different pieces. Thoughts?
I concur.
Great job.
I'm aligned.
Great job. You brought it up.
Yep, I just was the messenger. I agreed to bring up the issue, so I wanted to do so. And it doesn't hurt to send somebody a letter and just ask, are you interested? There's a big difference between that and forced annexation. I mean, if somebody sees the benefits, i.e. sewers, then I think they would approach us.
We have an outstanding sewer. If anybody would like to come see it, we're giving tours. But I have talked to people randomly about annexation. I think there's a lot of things they don't understand or don't know about it. I think most of us found this out when we were running for office. A lot of people thought they were in the town of New Palestine, said, I'm going to vote for you, and then come out and like, I don't even live in New Palestine. You know what I mean? So I think there are portions of that, and the more we can educate people, I'm sure we could send something out to the people who touch town limits and see if they're interested. Cool.
Thank you.
If I can add something, just and it could go along with that educational piece, something to keep in mind as you approach possible annexees, I guess it would maybe be the word. 1/8 of the parcel has to touch the town, so maybe some properties may be immediately eligible to be annexed, and then you could sort of puzzle piece those in if that makes sense. So one parcel could touch 1/8, and then a parcel that doesn't touch the town could then become annexable, if that makes sense. So just something to keep in mind as you approach
It's how
landowners.
Copperstone,
I'm sorry.
it's how
That's how
Copperstone,
Copperstone came up. Okay,
it was pieced together up that way.
I
gotcha.
think you're going to be in charge of the 1/8. You're just going to go out there with a ruler.
Sometimes
Good
it's
point.
close. It's tight, and
Yeah.
in those situations, probably a survey would need to be done to make sure.
All right, it's good to call out. Awesome. Any other conversations? Weather's great. We'll keep it moving down to legal updates.
Just continue to working on some code enforcement issues, working well with Bry and Councilor Reed on identifying those and getting letters drafted and sent out. Nothing further.
If you don't know, the town is doing our trash day. It's coming up. So if you get a letter because you have some code violation due to trash or need some help, please use that service that Terry, I'm sure we'll talk about later. Thank you very much. Department reports. Jim let me know this morning that he would not be here today. So I told him to let me know if there's anything big to pass, and he said he's sent most of it in emails to us already. So nothing to pass there. So Steve.
Nothing really specific. I guess I could talk on a couple points of just things around town. The new radar, we put it into place, like say Jim Road or 450, we did it 3 weeks, then download all the data, comes in on Excel spreadsheets. It's good information to have. Tells you just really, when you get to complaints and then you look at the data, just how many people are really in line with, like we just had a subdivision that is 20 mile an hour, the 85 percentile was like 22 miles an hour in that subdivision. But that you're a subdivision that you're well
Yep.
familiar with.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny because I'm not going to name the person, but they told me that it's funny when they drove past the sign, it doesn't register the speed; it just says slow down. And I kind of chuckled and I said, "Well, it does register the speed. You just have to be going below
You
the."
get it.
Yeah, I said when I drive past it, it says 20. So I don't know how fast you're going, but they didn't realize that it actually posted the speed on the sign. It was because they were driving too
Right,
fast.
when we were out there moving it, this one, I don't know how old she was, I'm assuming high school or whatever, combined a golf cart like 4 times. Every time it told her to slow down. in the golf cart. So,
Well, I was walking our new corgi puppy in there.
Did it
He's
tell you to slow down?
only 5 months old, and we were coming up to it, and it said 16. And I was like, "Holy cow!" I didn't realize there was a car coming behind it. So I thought we had a really, I thought maybe I was moving faster than what I thought, but the puppy really impressed me. But it wasn't the puppy. So
That new knee is really working out.
it really is. So
at any rate, that's good. We're doing just a little sprucing up around town. You notice, or maybe you haven't, some of the bases on the light poles were fading. The tops looked okay, but we're going through there and repainting all those for Summerfest. I think the intern, did Jim talk about the intern last week? Yeah, I think he ended up taking another position with the Greenfield, under the Greenfield engineer, which I think for his purposes, being an engineering student, would probably serve him better, might get a little more information than with me telling him to go out and dig holes or grass, so. But good young man that came in and,
Yeah. it was an exciting thing. I think we're gonna talk about it when we start budget talks to make sure we earmark something in there. Hopefully we can find somebody who's interested in government and takes over for us.
Yeah, I think we do have another applicant.
Yeah, it's a good thing if a high school kid or, you know, whatever college age kid comes here eager to, you know, learn some things and, you know, make a little money and help pay for school, it's, well, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
That's all
Awesome.
I got.
Thank you. Chief?
Both the dogs, Raider and X, just got recertified through the state. ISD and Cooper and then got together, so we're good for another year on their certification. Second thing, we applied for a grant, the Patrick Lady Vest, Bulletproof Vest Grant. Sergeant Whitaker put a lot of time and effort into that, and we just found out not too long ago we approved for $3,500, so it's a 50/50 grant. So we might be able to get about 5 new vests for the departments.
Awesome.
We work hard on it, pretty proud of you.
Yeah.
Other than
Please.
that,
Please let him know we appreciate him doing that. I think it's one of those things that doesn't get a lot of recognition, but going out there and finding some money for a small town like us is a pretty big deal. The New Pal K9 golf outing is June 25th. Great job. And if you know anybody who would like to donate anything for door prizes or raffles, we're really in need of that. I think we are full at this point, so that's awesome. And we need some raffle prizes for Mark to win all of again. So if you know of anybody, please let them know. Yvonne?
The only thing I have for is in the middle of our conversion to accounting software, and it's eating all of our time and energy. So, yeah, that's what's going on with our treasurer's office and utility offices. I mean, it's fun. You want some entertainment, come and join. It's a lot. We're getting there.
Couldn't notice. The new report looks the exact same. Thank you guys for going through that. I know it's a challenging time, but really appreciate all the work that you guys put into it. Public comments. This can be any topic because we didn't have much on our agenda. This is your chance to come up and speak. Please come up to the podium. Tell us your name, organization, or where you live. The microphone will not project. My mother is in the audience, so she won't hear you from the microphone, but I'm sure anybody else who's watching me.
Mark Hillebrand, 5201 West Street. 2. Over the pub. First off, happy 50th birthday, Chad. Second off, we got with our the other business, our neighbor, about cars cut through parking lots and after school the kids coming down Elm Street. We're trying to see if we could come up with a solution, maybe get on the agenda of getting maybe some speed bumps on Elm Street, if possible. Whether it's just 1 or 2. I know there's not a whole lot of traffic on that until after school, but there are kids at that business at K&K, and they fly. We did kind of put up a boundary where they won't go through the parking lot here recently, and it's worked coming through the parking lot, but they still Elm Street. It's just crazy. They're trying to see how fast they get up to before they have to stop. So that's all I've got.
What are your thoughts on that?
I get asked that a lot.
Yeah.
And I am not for speed bumps.
Can we put our radar out there?
Could put the radar out there, but for every person or two that wants speed bump, I get 10 phone calls. that
Tell me you don't like
hate
them. Yeah.
I got a bad back, my car, suspension,
Mhm.
this and that. But there are other ways to, and if I did do one, it would be in, say, a subdivision with a really, really long straightaway where they can really get going.
Understand.
But, yeah, there are other ways. We could set that radar thing.
Make it a one-way the other way.
Hey,
You'd have to do a study to see, right?
we've thought about that. I mean, taking the, just the street out where we can kind of just like
take the street out.
Not take
No,
the street
make
out.
it one way.
She said to, a one-way to the opposite way.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't know if it affects this front.
They would actually love that as well,
Yeah, I bet they would, cause yeah.
because it's much easier for them to get through that way.
Let us look at that. That might be something we can look at. And the data from the radar, if we put out there, would tell us some information to support that decision, right?
Right.
That thing was a great investment. I just need access to it.
And
No, I
think
honestly,
we're
it
working
might
on
be
that.
Like in Mr. Hartley's neighborhood, I think the kids try and see how fast the radar gets up to. I know back in my day, I was kind of that way, not anymore, but. You were the one. No, it was my brother. But I don't think the radar really worked that well.
Well, I think our radar though, of course, it shuts off, it doesn't register the higher.
Yeah.
Once you're above that speed, it yells at you to slow down.
It
I think
just
the
says
reason I'm
slow
saying
down.
to do that is because it'll start tracking it. So we can
Gotcha.
start to see like,
Okay.
okay, on school days, yeah, people are flying by there. Hey, maybe this is something to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll break that data down and then it can narrow that time band down to where chief would then know between these times, if there's an officer available, he'll just post an officer there. So out of that 24-hour period, if you can break it down within, 30 minutes to an hour on when to put an officer there, you can help.
They've been there
eliminate those.
before, and when he goes to pull somebody over, another kid comes through, doesn't see the cop, just. So the next day, he's doing the same thing.
We should just park car. One of the pool cars. Better.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
I know speed bumps are, I know you don't like them, but I'll tell you what, going through Crystal Heights slows me down. You said slow you down too, right?
No, I don't speed. I already told you that.
Well, those were here when I got here, and again, they're in a really long stretch of
Yes.
straight road, no curves.
And that makes sense.
That's where you're gonna get your higher speeds and stuff, but
Mhm. Okay. Any other comments?
I'm Kelly Teeter, live at 22 East Mount. I've been here before in February, same topic, my neighbor with the concrete barriers on the driveway. And I was told that he was receiving a letter in 30 days, and that was going to be 15 days. We're in June now, we're still there, so I'm curious as to what's going on with that.
I actually had a conversation with Jim about that today and was copied on an email thread with some landscaping options for that. So I'm actually having a conversation with Jim on,
That, why, if he was given a letter 30 days, or if he had 30 days, they should be gone.
I agree with that. I had a conversation with Jim about why it's not asphalted yet and landscaped. Jim and I had that conversation literally today and was copied on an email thread. So I am following up on that and that will be done soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? All right, we'll move on to council comments. And Bill, you're first up.
I'd just like to say congratulations to the class of 2026. Have a safe summer. That's all I have.
Brian?
I want to congratulate the girls softball team on their regional champ victory. I want to congratulate my daughter for graduating Ball State. I should have done that at the last meeting, but better late than never. I appreciate the patience of the ladies in the office on dealing with the new software issues. I stopped in earlier this week and didn't stay long, but it was busy in here. Yeah. I live in a house full of girls and have for a long time, so I knew that I read the room. So I stopped in, made my presence known, acknowledged that I appreciate them all, and I left. And I want to wish Chad a happy 50th birthday.
Happy birthday, Chad.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's up to me. So thanks a lot, buddy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the class of 2026, 4 valedictorians. So that's pretty awesome. I think it says a lot about our school and that class. So I'm really excited for them and everything they do. Please pass word for raffle items for the golf outing. We would like to have an awesome turnout and need a lot of ways for people to spend their money so that our K-9 program can continue to be 100% funded by the town, which is a pretty awesome thing to say. So thank you guys for all of that. And with that, I'll pass it to Terry.
Thank you, Chad. Oh, man. Dumpster day is June 20th. Please, partake in that because it's, we really want to clean the town up. And, if you have things that you want picked up, please call town hall by June 17th and put things at your curb and we'll pick them up. Look on our website. I believe, Bri, you have a list of what can't.
That flyer's on the website.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, this flyer, prohibited items. And on June 13th, the week before, there's going to be a collection event here from 9 to 12. It's electronics. It's a recycle. It's Hancock County is doing it. And it says $5 carload of any electronics, not including TVs. And it has other stuff. So there's this, I believe, it's on the website as well. Okay. And we'll be getting our flower baskets hung within the next week or so. Talking about beautifying the town. And happy birthday, Chad.
Thank you. I'm going to pull Terry and go again because I forgot to thank my mother who watches on camera all the time. If you're a regular, you know that she's an avid watcher.
Right.
But yeah, thanks for coming out, Mom and Dad.
For your birthday, dear.
Yeah, yeah.
50th.
50th. Yep. And with that, I would love a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. We're out.
Happy birthday.